Today's video is brought to you by Ivanky. More on them in a bit. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So the Steam Deck OLED in 2025. Is it worth it? So Hunter, who works here on the channel, recently picked this up, I think used for around 600 bucks, and has been absolutely loving it. And he talked about it over on our second channel, Reviewed, which I'll sort of leave his review of it here. And he's loved this, and you all have seemed to enjoy it over on that channel as well, that video. So I wanted to make a video with sort of some of the talking points that he had, which I have also come to enjoy about this device, and also sort of my own experience using it for the past week or so. To give away the end of the video here, I think this is one of the coolest ways to experience video games currently, but we're gonna kind of get into why I think that is and some of the details about what I think makes this so great. I will say Steam didn't sponsor this video, but if you want to pick one up for yourself, there will be a link in the description with an Amazon affiliate link, which will help out the channel if you buy through that. And before we get started here on this channel, we talk about tech that marries form and function. We like tech that both improves our lives and looks good while doing so. Tech that's intentionally designed, well made, but also serves a good purpose. So if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing and like this video for more. Right, so the big thing here is obviously this is the OLED version, and I think if you're gonna pick one of these up, you should go ahead and get the OLED version. Just the screen, the vibrance here with the colors, the contrast, the super dark blacks, and the nice highlights and everything in between just looks way better than the LCD version. I think if you can afford a little extra money, then it's totally worth it to pick up the OLED version of this device. The screen also has a 90 hertz refresh rate. So, you know, it's not 120 or anything crazy like that, or 144, but 90 is way better than 60. And if you're used to gaming on like a 60 hertz TV, for instance, or monitor, this might be an upgrade for you. The thing that I sort of noticed while playing this is the screen is 720p. And while when you're immersed in a game, it doesn't matter all that much, you can kind of see pixels here and there, and things look a little dulled down compared to like a nice, vibrant 4K TV or even like a 1080p. So that is something I noticed. I think it does help that the screen's smaller. There's this, you know, obviously this ratio thing that goes on where if the screen is smaller, the resolution doesn't have to be as high because your eyes, there's not as many pixels here. There's not enough space for them. So anyway, long story short, I noticed the 720p when I first started using it, but after using it for a while, it's something that isn't that crazy different and not super noticeable after a while. So let's talk about pricing and storage. Like I said, Hunter picked this up used for 600 bucks. This is the 1 terabyte version, but it does come with a micro SD card slot. So it might even be better for you if you can pick up a fast micro SD card to get the base model storage of this guy and just load that card up with games. You might even you could find a used card or something like that, but there are options there. And depending on how many like huge titles you're playing at once, you might not even need that much space. So something that's pretty cool about the Steam Deck is you can actually plug this into a monitor or a TV. And our friends over at Ivanky have created a gaming dock just for portable handhelds like this. This thing is a total game changer, especially if you're using something like a MacBook with an external display. You can use this as a dock for your MacBook and then just switch the USB-C over to the Steam Deck to start playing games in a docked setting. You get 4K HDMI outputs, Ethernet, USB-C, 100-watt charging, and tons of extra ports all in one sleek little dock. And yes, if you're into this kind of thing, it lights up with customizable RGB lighting around the bottom, which is kind of an interesting look. No more dongle spaghetti, if you will. No more swapping cables. Just plug in, power up, and be gaming immediately, or swap over to your MacBook and be working on files and plugging in external drives and all that great stuff. Everything's clean and connected. So if you want to clean up your desk and step up your setup, check out the Ivanky Gaming Dock at the link in the description. Thanks again to Ivanky for sponsoring today's video. So one of the coolest things is the Steam Deck does come with this case, which is really interesting. One of the best cases that comes with the product that we've seen, but something that's actually cool about this case is you have like this deep version, but then you have a slimmed down version of the case that fits within the more padded version. So basically you can have this rugged, thick kind of protective case, or you can have the slim down version, which I'll see if I can pull out here and show you all. Yeah, so very sleek and slim, and it kind of conforms to the unit itself here. And then of course the big part here, and there's actually this sort of added storage here, if you can see that, where you can keep the charger in here and then just kind of push that underneath, keep it all wrapped up quite nicely. And it makes use of the fact that there's kind of this gap here. The case kind of does the same, but makes use of that with the storage. So I don't know, really nice case here. It's got a zipper and a Velcro, so you can kind of just do that in a pinch. You don't have to Velcro, or you don't have to zip it all the time. But anyway, we just thought that was really cool. So I've been playing titles like Hogwarts Legacy, Titanfall 2. I'm gonna go ahead and boot it up here, and you'll kind of see some of the things that Hunter sort of loaded on here. Obviously, like, SteamOS is already kind of clean and easy to use, and I will say the launcher here right out of the box is nice, but you can actually sort of mod this sort of where you can go out into sort of the desktop version of this, because it's technically a PC that you're playing this on. You can go out to the sort of desktop version and then download different software that allows you to customize the look and feel of the whole system here. Hunter spent a lot of time going through here, uploading like different thumbnails and different boot screens and stuff like that, which we'll hopefully get to here in a minute. I didn't know I was going to install this update, but it's really cool. So out of the box, nice and easy to use, not super hard to get into, but if you want to dive deeper and sort of do kind of your own customization, there's a lot of opportunity there as well. So as you can see here, we've got Hunter's kind of customized artwork here with the rounded corners. Yeah, last night I was playing Squadrons, Hogwarts Legacy, Titanfall 2, all without a hitch. There was zero lag, anything like that. And it's kind of a surreal experience knowing that these games are being run natively off. This isn't like cloud gaming or anything. Like, this machine is running these AAA titles and without a hiccup. Everything runs smoothly. So I just think SteamOS is great, and I think it being implemented here on a handheld is kind of a dream come true in a lot of ways. I think one of the really exciting things is, like, it really shines with like older games, something that Hunter said, and I also realized. Games that have been around for a few years and have been really optimized over time, they really shine on here. Obviously, if you're playing newer games that have bugs and stuff, those are gonna be here as well in different ways. But if you're playing these sort of polished games that have been around for a while, this is kind of the dream setup, we feel, in order to play those games. Cloud sync is also a great thing. I can be playing, you know, Hogwarts Legacy here on my Steam account and then hop over to my computer and play it there. And obviously the saves are all in the cloud, which is fantastic. It's all done very quickly, so it can be as simple as, like, I'm playing this at home, turn it off, drive to the studio, and it's already uploaded and ready for me right where I left off here. It's great. It's a no-brainer. It would be kind of silly if this didn't have that capability. So Hunter had told me about this thing called ProtonDB, which is kind of this software you can lay on top of this, which allows people to sort of give, like, the community to give feedback on which games run best on the Steam Deck here. There's different ratings and things like that, and you might find, like, Steam might say, like, it's not super compatible with the Steam Deck, but the community says, oh, it's fine. Like, we've played it and it's playable and it's great. So I haven't played around with this enough to really run into a lot of those different titles and stuff that maybe aren't sort of optimized for this, but everything Hunter has here that I've been playing around on works really great. And I don't know, I haven't had any hiccups, but again, I've been testing this for a short amount of time, and I'm sure Hunter might have more to say about that. All right, so let's talk about, like, the hardware here, because I mean, when you're holding something, it's gotta feel nice, especially if you're playing long games for long amounts of time. I think it's a little heavier than I would like. I mean, this is sort of an engineering marvel, to be honest with you, but it's a little heavy. If you're holding it up like this for a long period of time, you can start to feel it kind of dropping into your palms. Like, most of the weight is held right there. So that does get noticeable, and you tend to want to, like, kind of push your hands together to sort of carry some of that weight as well. And so what ends up happening is, like, last night, for instance, I was on the couch playing for quite a while, and I put it down on my lap, and then my neck starts to, you know, get a little tense from sitting like this for so long. So these are just, like, handheld problems everyone deals with, whereas if you're obviously up here looking at a TV, it's a little easier on your neck, it's more comfortable with a lighter controller. But, you know, I don't think many people are going to be playing this for like 20 hours on end anyway. If they're gonna do something like that, they're probably gonna be playing on their TV. This is more for quick on the go type of stuff or travel. And so that said, I mean, other than like the weight and those things I just mentioned, the ergonomics here are fantastic. You have these extra customizable 2 buttons on each side. I feel like all the controls feel very nice and spaced out really well here as well. You have these really interesting like haptic touchpads here, which you can use as a mouse on the desktop or use to kind of navigate your way around the UI as well here on SteamOS. All the buttons are very clicky. The D-pad's great. I love these analog sticks. They feel really nice when playing. It just feels really nice. It really does. And I don't think I would change much. The only thing I can really think of is actually moving these sticks down this way a little bit might feel better, but then you're running into these touch pads. So other than that, I mean, those are like little things. This thing is super comfy to hold. The vents here, the fans don't get super loud. You can definitely feel them when you're playing a game for a long period of time coming out the top here, but I do like that it shoots it out the top because that's just something that's never really gonna interact with you. It's always facing away, which is nice. The speakers are fine.
Section.
No, and none of your business.
There you are, sneaking past me.
I know.
And taking
perhaps mind what you're
dangerous
doing,
books.
Max.
They are from the restricted section.
Yes, I mean, shut up.
Enough! Here, perhaps you'll find sweeping the courtyard more productive.
There is a headphone jack here, and I'm assuming there's Bluetooth for headphones as well. I should have looked into that, but lots of different ways to listen to audio here as well. Right, so my final verdict with the short amount of time I've tested this, I want one, first and foremost. Probably won't get one, but I definitely want one. I think if you're into gaming, this is like a must-have. I don't know that there's obviously like the Legion Go and stuff like that, but from what I've like heard around and stuff, this is just the best way to go. And you know, my first impression, again, I don't have experience with those other handheld devices that are like this in the same sort of category, but I don't know, man. It just feels right, and it feels like they spent a lot of time and effort making this really nice. I would say in a future version, obviously slimmer, lighter, maybe a 1080p screen on here, maybe even 1440p if they want to stretch that, but I don't know. You know, these are like minor things. Like, I'm just trying to come up with things that are annoying about it. It's a complete package. It feels amazing, and I have thoroughly enjoyed borrowing this from Hunter. I'm gonna be reluctant to give it back to him. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you have one of these? Do you want to pick one up? Have you been interested in it and just never really bit the bullet? Again, if you do want to pick one up after watching this video, there will be a link in the description for an Amazon affiliate link, which will help the channel. But thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to see more gaming videos, let us know. Like I said, on this channel, we love looking at tech that's, you know, premium and nice and well designed. So if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing, like this video for more like it. Watch this video next. I think you're gonna love it, and we'll see you all in the next one.